Fading the public has gone 60% overall this season in the NFL, and I've got 3 public plays for Week 12 this Sunday and Monday. I'm going to let you know if we should play them or fade them. The most public plays for this week in the NFL coming up right here, right now. Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV. And as I mentioned, fading the public's been pretty good this season. Public did go 3-2 in the official plays last week, but then the 2 additional leans the public lost. So overall, if you included those, fading the public was 4-3, and it is 60% overall this season. Very interesting situation here, though, in Week 12 this Sunday and Monday, as it's probably the lightest public consensus I've seen all season. This has happened only one other time this year, way back in Week 7, mid-October, and the public went 4-0 that week. It was the public's only really good week of the season. So we'll see if history repeats itself. But yeah, the public is treading lightly this week. I've got 2 Sunday plays and also the Monday night game for you. And I do think one of these we should fade. The other ones I'm a little lukewarm on, and I'll explain why. Let's look first at the Sunday games at 1 o'clock Eastern. The most public play this week, and the one that really jumped out, is the Detroit Lions minus 13 against the New York Giants. I would say of the 3 games I've given you, this is the most public play this week. The Detroit Lions minus 3. But playing the most public side has actually been profitable the last couple weeks. 2 weeks ago, Detroit was the most public side against not my Washington Commanders. They won easily by 22. And then last week, the 49ers were the most public side. I think they won by the identical, 44-22? The identical same score as the Lions had won the week before. So that's actually, it was 41-22. Just missed it by a point, 41-22. So most public side is 2-0 the last 2 weeks. And as I said earlier, the last time the public treaded lightly, they actually did okay. And do you really want to fade the Lions off a bad loss on Sunday night? Probably not, and that's what makes me lukewarm on this game. However, I could make some arguments for the Giants in this game. First of all, Jameis Winston is getting the second start of the season. He's serviceable. Look, I'm not going to say Winston is anything great. He's over the hill, but he's serviceable. And he's averaging 7 yards per pass, which is exactly what Russell Wilson did in his 6 starts this season. He did have an interception, no touchdown last week, 71 QB rating. Russell Wilson had a 77 this year, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Now, the drop-off, of course, is not having Jackson Dart out there, who's still got the concussion. He had a 93.5 ratio, 10 quarterback rating, 10 touchdowns, 3 picks. So the Giants are a bad team right now with Jameis Winston at quarterback, and they're banged up on offense still. But they've been a feisty underdog this year. You know, overall, the Giants have been competitive in almost every one of their games, despite winning only 2 of them and with 5 straight losses here. But let's look at those last 5 losses. Lost to Green Bay last week by 7. Lost to the Bears on the road by just 4. Lost to the Niners by 10. Eagles, yes, by 18. Only lost to the Broncos by 1. They blew that huge lead. Of course, different coach, different players back then. But even the loss at New Orleans was only 12. They lost to Kansas City by 13, which is this spread. Lost to Dallas by 3 in overtime. And lost to the Commanders by 15 opening weekend. So if you take away that first week loss to the Commanders, they've only lost by more than 13 one other time this season. So yes, Detroit probably bounces back off the loss, but this is a big number to lay. And Detroit also has a huge look-ahead spot Thursday. The early Thanksgiving game is a big revenge game at home against the Green Bay Packers. So yeah, I think the Lions win this game. They get back on track after the Sunday night loss. But I could see the Giants actually hanging within this number if you're looking to fade the public at 1 o'clock Eastern. By the way, Detroit's wins this year, though, have been by margin. They beat the Commanders by 22, Tampa by 15, Cincy by 13, Cleveland by 24, Baltimore by 8, and the Bears by 31. And when coming off a loss this season, they beat the Bears by 31, Tampa by 15, and the Commanders by 22. So once again, I'm not in a hurry to fade Detroit. Probably a game that's best left alone on Sunday. All right, your other game is very similar to this one, also at 1 o'clock Eastern. The other public play on Sunday is the Seattle Seahawks, also minus 13, but they're a road favorite at Tennessee, and the Titans are just a terrible team this season. And the problem with Tennessee is they don't throw the ball well, so when they get behind, they really have no backdoor cover potential. Just an atrocious offense, averaging only 14 points a game and just 4.9 yards per pass. Seattle, meanwhile, has had a very strong pass defense, just 5.6 yards per pass allowed. And it's hard to imagine that Tennessee is going to do much in this game. Cam Ward has been very poor here in his rookie season, really does not have much to work with. Meanwhile, Sam Darnold's having an excellent season for Seattle, but he's coming off his worst game in quite a while. Narrow loss against the Rams last week, despite the fact that Darnold had an atrocious 45.5 QB rating, 4 interceptions, and no touchdowns. And they still only lost the game 21-19 against a very good Rams defense on the road. 7 turnovers the last 2 weeks, and yet they've covered 5 straight games. So even when they played terrible last week, they still covered. That's probably not a good sign for Tennessee. And as I mentioned, they're coming off a loss, which means they should be focused in this one. Titans, meanwhile, have dropped 5 in a row and 9 of their overall 10 games this season, just having a terrible season overall at 1-9. I talk a lot about the look-ahead lines this summer, and they don't mean much. It just shows how maybe teams have underperformed or overperformed for the season. And by the way, the Lions were an 8.5-point favorite this summer. Now it's 13. But boy, this one really jumped out to me from the advanced line to now. Seattle was a 1.5-point favorite this summer. Now they're a 13-point road favorite. That just shows how bad Tennessee has been and how much better than expected Seattle's been. And by the way, I've done research on this over the years. Just taking the adjusted 2 touchdowns in line value does not automatically win. In fact, there's a lot of situations where even if you're playing the worst number compared to the summer line, you still win, or you still win more than you lose because that summer line was just wrong. And this shows once again how much different these two teams have been from expectations this season. Unlike the Giants that have kept games close, can maybe hang with Detroit, the Titans this year, when they lose, they usually lose by double digits. In fact, if you're looking at their last 8 of their last 9 losses have been by at least 10 points or more. Or actually, I'm sorry, every loss but 2. The last 2, though, the Chargers by 7, Houston by 3, they have hung within the number. And this is their 3rd straight home game. In fact, they had a bye week, and they've been at home now for 4 straight weeks with the bye mixed in. We'll see if they can keep this one close again. But as I mentioned, their offense is so bad, it's hard for them to play from behind. And Seattle, when they do win, they usually win by margin. Before that Rams loss, they beat the Cardinals by 22 and the Commanders by 24 points the previous 2 weeks. They also beat the Saints by 31 this year. They won at Pittsburgh by 14. Not in a hurry to try to get the backdoor cover with a bad passing attack against a Seattle team that's off a loss and has blown teams out this season. By the way, Seattle coming off a loss beat Pittsburgh by 14, beat Jacksonville on the road by only 8, but they were a 1-point favorite, so they covered by a full touchdown. And now they're coming off a loss for the 3rd time. So very similar situation, both Detroit and Seattle, minus 13. Both are public sides, but once again, are we looking to fade 2 good teams off a loss with inferior bad offensive teams? I'm not in a hurry. Some ugly games here indeed on Sunday. All right, there's one other public play this week. It's your Monday Night Football game, and this is a situation in which I think we should fade the public, and that's the San Francisco 49ers minus the 7 to 7.5. Now, I did a standalone video for this game, as I do each and every week. I give you your Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night, one again, by the way, 11-2. Oh, and I want to point this out. The Bills were a public play Thursday. I don't count that in the overall record. You know, I don't include Thursday games because they go earlier in the week, and I do this video on the weekend. But after looking at all the data at kickoff on Thursday, the Bills would have qualified had that been a normal Sunday game. So, yes, the public did lose that one. Even though it's a light public card, that would have been the 4th public play this week. Of course, I gave you the Texans, the outright underdog winner, in my NFL Thursday video, which I recorded way back on Monday. We get it up on Monday night, Tuesday morning for you. Now 11-2 on your free Thursday NFL plays. I know you're loving those prime games, and a little bit of a quandary this upcoming Thanksgiving week. There are 3 Thursday games, but the prime game is actually the Friday game between the Bears and Eagles next week. So, yes, I will have the Thursday games for you, but also the prime game will be on Friday next week. But, yeah, 11-2 now on the NFL Thursday games, and the Bills would have been a public play. So those of you that are keeping track, I'm not counting into the official record, but that's another one the public would have been wrong on. But I also do the Sunday and Monday night videos for it. They've done quite well this year as well. And, of course, this Monday night game is Panthers at the 49ers, 8:15 Eastern Monday night on ESPN. I did a deep dive, 10-minute video for this one, so if you want some deep analysis on it, be sure to check out the video after you watch this one. But I liked the Panthers in that for a few reasons, and now that the 49ers have come in as a public side, I like Carolina more. So this is the one I would fade this week. Of the 3 games I'm giving you, I think the Panthers are the best opportunity to fade the public, fading the 49ers. And we're actually getting a decent team here with Carolina. I know that sounds strange to say, hey, we're getting a decent team with the Carolina Panthers, who the public has faded with success for several seasons now. But after that 0-2 start, 1-3 straight up start, Carolina's now quietly won 5 of their last 7 games straight up and against the spread. Now, they did get blown out in the Buffalo loss. They also lost by 10 against New Orleans. But they've also won four of those last 5 wins have come straight up as a dog. The other one, they were just a 1-point favorite. So they've been a very dangerous dog with 4 straight up underdog wins since the start of October. And I think they can hang in this game once again. Brock Purdy is back at quarterback for the 49ers. He played 2 games in September and then got a start finally again returning from injury last week against the Cardinals. Excellent outing. 3 touchdowns, no picks, 200 yards passing, a 133 QB rating. But that was the Cardinals defense, which is pretty bad. Bryce Young, though, had one of his best career starts last week. Also 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 448 passing yards against the Atlanta Falcons, a 123 rating. Could that possibly be the breakout game we've been waiting for from Bryce Young? I think it maybe could be. And I like the setup here. I think this game could be close. Carolina's won 4 underdog games the last couple months. Bryce Young coming off maybe his best start ever as a pro quarterback. And we're catching a San Francisco team that also has won alternated wins and losses each of their last 8 games. Actually, each of their last 9 games or 8 games. They won the first 3 and they've alternated loss, win ever since. Coming off the Cardinal win, could regress a little bit here. If you're looking to fade the public this week in the 3 games we're talking about, I think this is the one you do so. Monday Night Football, I would take a look at Carolina. Now, this line is currently 7 in some spots. Many other spots do have 7.5 now, so there's no reason why you can't get that key number plus 7.5. If you like San Francisco, play -7, but I like the Panthers here, and you definitely should be able to find a plus 7.5. And the fact that San Francisco is a public side means if you don't have a 7.5 yet, wait, because by Monday night, I think there will be more plus 7.5s out there for the Carolina Panthers when this game kicks off at 8:15 Eastern Monday on ESPN. All right, those are your 3 official public sides for a week number 12 in the NFL. On Sunday, Detroit -13, Seattle -13, and then Monday Night Football, the 49ers minus the 7.5. Those are the 3 official public plays here for week 12. No additional public leans. I gave you a couple last week and fading them both won, but nothing else was really close this week. As far as public dogs, nothing qualified. Since it was a very light card, I'll give you a couple others that were close. The Falcons +2 were close to qualifying, and also some sentiment on the Colts as a 3.5-point dog at Kansas City. So once again, no official public dogs, but the Falcons and Colts are getting a little bit of public sentiment in some of the places and some of the indicators I use. By the way, I do have a free play in that Colts-Chiefs game for you, probably the best overall game on Sunday. I do have a free play video for that game right here, right now on WagerTalk TV, so be sure to check that out as well after you watch this video here on the channel. And don't forget, if you're liking these videos, all I ask is a quick thumbs up, like, and a positive comment below, and I will keep these free play videos coming each and every day. I gave you every single college and pro football game, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, each and every week. Sunday Night Football, Thursday night 11 and 2, as I mentioned in the NFL. Saturday college football top 25. Sunday, this NFL Fade the Public video. If you're liking the free play videos, take the 2 seconds, click the thumbs up, like, and maybe a couple more seconds to leave a positive comment below, because I do read the comments and I reply back. Also, love to get your thoughts on these 3 public plays. Play them or fade them, especially those 2 big favorites. What are you doing with that Lions-Giants game and Seahawks-Titans game? Are you playing the big favorites off the loss? Or are you going to fade the public and try to take some ugly dogs? Let me know your strategy. And more importantly, let me know what other NFL games you like this Sunday in week number 12. Hey, drop some analysis if you have time. Let's learn and earn and win together here on WagerTalk TV. And the purpose of this Fade the Public video, if you're new here to WagerTalk TV, is I give you the most public sides each week. We don't just blindly fade them. We analyze them. We use it as a filter. But fading the public long-term does win, and it's 60% on the blind this year. And one of the reasons is because you usually get extra line value in inflated lines. But I don't like to play bad teams, and that's usually one of the filters I use. And I think the Panthers of the 3 dogs this week are probably a little bit of a safer option, and that's why that would be my the one I would look to fade. Also, if you want to get my official best bets, these free videos are great. Look, I gave you maybe 15 to 20 big spotlight college and pro football games this week, including the Sunday and Monday night games that are on the channel here as well. But don't forget, my official best bets are rated as 4% of bankroll. If you play these light TV leans, these opinions, I treat them as 1% of bankroll. But if you want my official plays, you have to be a direct client. But it's very simple. You go to my page, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, and you get my official best bets each day. It's been this way for over 29 years. If I'm using the game, my clients get it ever since I started way back in August of 1996 as a full-time professional sports bettor and handicapper. If I'm using a play, every client gets it. And it doesn't matter if you're a 1 day, a 1 week, a 1 month, or a 1 year subscriber, you get the same best bets each day as everybody else. And right now is a great time to get on board for several reasons. First of all, you're getting 4 of the 5 major sports I handicap on a daily basis: college and pro football and college and pro basketball. Baseball just finished, and yeah, we went 11-2 in the baseball playoffs this year. Best World Series ever. Baseball right around the corner in a few months. But right now, you're getting the other 4 major sports on a daily basis. The other reason it's a great time to join right now is we have Thanksgiving coming up next week. All those Thursday and Friday games I mentioned. Tons of college football Friday and Saturday basketball as well. Plus, December's around the corner. College playoffs, bowl games, championship games. NFL continues. College and pro basketball daily. So why not consider an all-sport, all-access, and why not consider getting the rest of November for free, including this weekend for free? Here's how it works. You buy December right now, you get the rest of November for free. Couldn't be any simpler. You know you want to be on board for December. It's one of the biggest months of the year, but so is November, so why wait? If you buy it on December 1st, it's the same as if you buy it now, but you're not going to get the rest of November free. You're going to get the next week and a half included for free right now when you get December All Sports All Access. It's just $2.99 for the month of December, and I'm including this final week and a half in November for free right here, right now, WagerTalk.com. Steve Merril. Get to my page quicker with shortcut wt.buzz/SM. While you're there, though, if you want to start taking a serious investment approach and get baseball next year as well, how about a 365-day all-access pass for about $1 a play? Well, that's what happens when you get the instant $500 discount, and I'm also including a bonus 25% coupon. That is still available on my page. And by the way, there's no promo code needed for either the buy December, get the rest of November free, or the 1 year all access instant $500 discount. No promo code needed for either one of those packages. They're both on the main page right now, right above the daily free play. Yeah, I post a bonus free play every day, and it is the last cut from my best bet card, which means it is a strong opinion, and that's why those free plays have hit almost 70% over the past month. Go check out the daily free play with analysis, check out the strong best bets, and check out those special offers. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, and hey, get there quicker with shortcut wt.buzz/SM. Forgot to mention earlier, if you're liking these videos, make sure you click subscribe. There's over 230,000 subscribers already on WagerTalk TV for free. I'm sure you're one of them, but if not, just double check, click subscribe, and also click that bell as well, so you'll get an instant alert when these free play videos are posted each and every day of the week, including all those Thanksgiving games, lots of weeknight games next week. So you want to make sure you click subscribe and click the bell for instant alerts. And also follow me on social media on X and Instagram. I put updates every day, especially on X, about the free play videos. Free plays as well are posted there and special offers. Follow me on social media on X and Instagram at Steve Merril. 2 R's, 1 L, MERRIL at Steve Merril on X and Instagram. And stay tuned here to Wager Talk TV, because you know there's more free play videos coming up next, including that Sunday afternoon game between the Colts and Chiefs, also your Sunday night game, Buccaneers-Rams, and Monday Night Football, which I just gave you here, but a deeper dive, Panthers and 49ers. Stay tuned. More free play videos coming up next right here on Wager Talk TV.